Okay, so let's see if this shit actually burns without grinding it up. Alright, that's enough. So, I got a thought. Everyone's coming up with their fucking hot take on the whole Tylenol thing. Something I don't understand. Look, the whole Tylenol thing, they're putting it on Trump. They're getting mad at Trump over what he said about Tylenol, but I don't think what he said about Tylenol was like his opinion. I don't think what he said about Tylenol was something he, dreamt up to fuck someone over. Someone else had to give him that information. And I believe some people say it was Harvard scientists, and I heard some people say it was the CDC. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. What I do know is there are people overdosing on this shit now. There's people just taking too much Tylenol out of spite. No one said you're supposed to take a handful of pills. What is there? I got some herbal shit in the cabinet. If I take too much of that, I'm gonna puke. It's good. I've done it. I mean, I haven't thrown up, but I felt real sick from just taking too many, whatever. Just just herbal stuff. It's got whatever, witch root or whatever the hell they call this hippy dippy stuff, but it's just roots and stuff. But even that natural stuff will make me sick. Who's taking a handful of pills out of spite? And then like, what? When did this become a mystery? That a lot of Tylenol is going to kill you. It's just that people are so blinded by their like. I mean, look, I don't care if people hate Trump. I'm not like a Trumper. I think he's right about some things and wrong about some things. But like, I don't know that I hate him more than some of our other presidents. And we've had too many Democrats lately that when it comes to crime, they just sort of go whatever, and they make excuses for criminals. I just don't want to keep a gun in my pocket all the time. That'd be cool. I'd like to put the guns down when I go for a walk, because I have to walk by drug addicts and stuff. Like really crazy, pissed off people. I don't even have a lot of like gangs or anything in my area. There are parts of the city with gangs. That's not even a problem. It's mostly just a lot of hard drugs. And no one wants to talk about it. No one in Portland wants to bring up the fact that there are psychotic drug addicts all over the place. The moment you want to talk about it, they shift it over to mental health. If you have mental illness problems, whatever, if you're on meth, you don't get any sympathy over your fucking mental illness, okay? Like, even if you're smoking a bunch of pot, like, the worst that you'll get is a little bit forgetful. But we got so many people just hopped up on hard drugs all throughout the city, and we got to walk by these dangerous people. And you don't know what they'll do. You don't know what they'll do. I mean, I just got involved in a car accident because a crackhead stepped out in front of me. Not in front of me, in front of the driver in front of me, and I got rammed by the guy behind me. And I was parked behind this dude, and it all happened because some crackhead stepped out. There's no arguing. She was a tweaker. It was a homeless camp, which should be cleaned up by now. Homelessness is depressing. Like, I have a lot of sympathy. I think anybody could fall on hard times and end up in the street, but like, I can't deal with all these hard drugs all over the place, man. I just and like, look, if you want to fucking get high on whatever you want, that's not my business until you leave your home and do stupid stuff and negatively affect the lives of people around you. I don't think these are Republican beliefs at all. And you know, they shot Charlie Kirk. You know, it's the same kind of people. And I'm not a Christian. I think a lot of what Charlie Kirk said was kind of silly, but we would have a better America if we subscribed to most of what he said, period. We would have less crime on the streets. We'd have less danger. I think people would just be better, right? But I don't think you have to be a Christian to be a good person. And yeah, it's like I don't know how to call myself a liberal anymore, because the left has just gone so stupid. Like, they will, like, if Trump said to these people, don't shoot yourself in the head with a gun, these people would turn around and do it because they hate Trump so much. Like, and it's not that I care that they hate Trump. It's that it's all a big counterproductive waste of time, and at worst, it's deadly. You know? Like, Charlie Kirk got shot over this. People are literally dying on Tylenol overdoses because of this mental disease. Here's my idea. Why don't we just follow the facts? Why don't we just consult scientific evidence? I don't need religion. I don't need all this trans stuff, people getting surgeries, people pump, like, I don't mind if you're a dude and you feel a little, if you're a dude and you feel girly inside, or if you're a female and you don't like girly stuff and you like trucks and building things and you know, working hard, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to be a stereotype. It's not a problem. Like, just be who you are. Like, I think people are too concerned with what other people are going to think about them. In the 1990s, we were taught, just, like, keep it real, love yourself, and there's going to be a lot of people that don't love you. There's going to be a lot of people that don't respect you. And just be a good person and tell those people to shove off. And don't let that affect you emotionally. But I have to believe some of this, you know, far left, you know, body stuff. It just, I don't know, man. You can be who you want without getting surgery, right? I mean, you can't lie and say you're another gender when you're not. I mean, I'm sorry. You can believe you want it all. You can believe that you're the opposite gender all you want. It doesn't change the facts. But you don't. It's totally acceptable to be a girly man. It's totally fine. Like, no one cares. No one, like, if you live in a liberal state, people aren't gonna mind, right? Like, you just be yourself. Who cares? But don't, like, I don't know, man. I think, unless you come out of your mother's womb deformed, I think we should love our bodies the way they are. Fuck it, you know, like, why not? And I think changing yourself in such a dramatic way is sad, because, like, I don't know, I'm not a Christian, I'm not, but I have this mentality, like, I don't know, you're special the way you are. And I'm not going to say God made you this way, but I kind of want to. It's not what I mean, but there's something to it where I think we should celebrate who we are, not change who we are. And it's just another bad idea from the left. It's changing who you change who you are for the better, right? you get stronger, you get more intelligent, you get faster. You know, you find ways to better your community, things like this. But like, someone says like you're not tall enough, don't get all bent out of shape about it. You know, like, who gives a you know, like, that's just, don't even think about it. You know, why? You can't change who you are in that way. But now there's so much surgery for people that want to change who they are. There's so much body modification for people who want to change what they were born with, and they're allowed to cheat. They're allowed to cheat God, I guess. I don't. It's not as beautiful as being who you are, I think. I mean, there are exceptions, you know. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's rare, and I think the left is obsessed with image. You know, they're obsessed with identity politics too. They're obsessed with I don't know. It's now I'm just ranting, but man, all I gotta say is that I think the left needs to go back to being the science party. Like, the left is where you were if you believe in evolution. You know, if you believe it's a fact. That's kind of the pack you join, but they're not following scientific evidence like they were. And I think it wouldn't hurt to consult science more often, because it works. Science it works. And if the scientific answer that the scientist gives is not, if other scientists cannot recreate his claims, then it's a lie. And I think a lot of the government scientists are like that. But anyway, this has been a long rant. Thanks for watching, everyone.